Good morning and welcome to the Morning Scoop for Tuesday, September 7th. This is your daily Buckeye fix. I'm Tom Orr. The Oregon game is in 4 days. The game against Michigan in 81 days. A little later on today, we'll get a chance to talk to Ryan Day and the Buckeyes about that big game coming up against Oregon. But on Monday, it was the Ducks' turn to hold their media availability. Head coach Mario Cristobal met with the media to discuss some of the big storylines heading into that top 10 matchup. Oregon won its opener 31-24 over Fresno State, but they may have lost their best player in the process. Defensive end Kayvon Thibodeaux sprained his ankle in the game. His status for Saturday still not clear. And inside linebacker Dru Mathis will miss this weekend's game.
From an injury standpoint, Dru Mathis is the one to update you guys on. He'll be out for this weekend for sure. Sustained a leg injury, but we hope that it won't be real long term. Aside from that, day to day, I know a lot of guys want to ask about Kayvon and how he's doing. He's improving, so that'll be a day to day thing. And by Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll give you guys an update on him. Well, again, playing is going to be dependent upon a guy being able to practice. If a guy can't practice, I don't think it's in his best interest and the team's best interest to put a guy out there that hasn't been able to rep. So we'll take it day by day.
While Thibodeau's status is still up in the air, the Ducks know they will be without Mathis, and that means that Justin Flowe, who is a former 5-star recruit, top 10 player overall in the class of 2020, will be filling in for him. Here's what Cristobal thought of Flowe's performance against Fresno State and what he thinks it could mean against the Buckeyes.
It was a game changer. I had almost 15 tackles all over the field, plays with incredible passion, forcing turnovers, really aggressive. He's it's the vision, right? Seeing those guys playing side by side out there, really impressive. And the fact he just doesn't get tired. He just goes. So against an offense like Ohio State, you have to be on point. You have to, from a discipline standpoint, execution standpoint, you can't have any busts. You can't. They'll expose you. They showed that. And, Ohio State's ability to make big plays is a complete, reflection of how precise they are and what they do. They're very well coached. They know what to do, how to do it, why they're doing it that way. And they attack you. They're aggressive. They don't sit back and, kind of hope things happen. Very aggressive in the run game and the pass game. They're creative. Again, like I said, they're well coached. So our guys, anytime you go on the road and you play a great football team, nothing but your best is going to be good enough. And our guys understand that.
This game got announced as a big noon kickoff game on Fox way earlier in the summer. And once it didn't take people very long to do the math and go, hey, that's 9 a.m. Pacific time. I wonder if that's really going to mess with Oregon's body clocks. And Cristobal was asked about that on Monday. He said, they've got, here are their travel plans for the week. They're just going to leave a day early, and that'll help get things adjusted a little bit more to Eastern time before they have to actually play the game.
Sure. It's a little bit different in the sense that we'll leave here on Thursday instead after we do our Thursday mental sweat day, and we'll land over there approximately 8 o'clock, get settled in, roll out the, how we need to before we get to bed that night, then have our Fast Friday preparation over there and roll right into the game. So it's typical what you see of West Coast teams when they travel east. You just go.
Ohio State scored touchdowns of 71, 61, 56, and 70 yards against the Gophers in the season opener. That threat of explosive plays is just one of the things that has the Ducks more than a little concerned.
Well, they possess a lot of different weapons on that team, and they make a lot of explosive plays in the run and the pass game. It starts up front, too. They have a great offensive line and a great defensive line. The sack fumble certainly turned that game around for them as well. But their ability to protect the quarterback and give them time to scan the field and get the ball down the field, the guys that are really explosive, really fast, and have great ball skills. Yeah, they're a great offense, great football team with elite talent.
These teams, of course, were supposed to play last year in Eugene, but that was canceled due to COVID. So Cristobal sounded very excited to finally get a chance to do it this year.
Well, if you're a real competitor, you always want to test yourself against the very best. And Ohio State's an elite program from top to bottom, storied program, tremendous history, at a place where they've had tremendous success. So I think, you come to a place like Oregon to have opportunities like this, understanding, the tremendous opportunity it is, the tremendous challenge it is, just going against the very best. I don't think anyone that's ever played football that loves the game for what it is would want anything less than to go up and play against the very best. So we have that opportunity this week.
This is a game that's going to get talked about long after the clock hits zero. This is something that's going to undoubtedly come up on college football playoff shows throughout the fall, on Selection Sunday, and maybe even beyond then, potentially shaping perceptions of conferences on the national scale. Cristobal was asked, what did he want the perception of Oregon to be after this game?
Oh, I don't think it changes game to game. Actually, no, it's always going to be shooting to be the very best and be 1-0 on a weekly basis. I don't think I don't have any slogans, man. You know, I don't have any cool T-shirts that I come up with or whatnot. We're just completely hunkered down all the time, improving and developing our guys, bringing in great talent, working hard. It's what we do. And, you know, opportunities like this these are, you don't get many of these in your lifetime, you know. And that being said, it still comes down to making sure that your processes and your preparation to give your players the very best chance to be successful. That's how we look at it. You know, the focus is not on all the noise surrounding the game. We understood, all summer we had to kind of block out questions that revolved around this game because no one wanted to talk about the first game. Well, now it's game week and this game is finally here. So you acknowledge, you know, that this is a primetime game on a big stage and in front of just about everybody, right, that's watching. And so you're extremely excited about it. But you know that every ounce of your potential success in a game, play by play, is completely dependent upon your preparation and your focus and your ability to execute, you know, under duress, under pressure. So our guys are excited. We just want to get to work, get the process rolling.
Oregon and Ohio State don't go head-to-head on recruits all that often, but the Ducks were going very hard after C.J. Stroud before he signed with the Buckeyes. Cristobal sounded pretty impressed with what he saw out of Stroud in that season opener against Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, no, he's the guy we recruited, we really wanted here. Poise, accuracy, can improvise, can make plays with his arm, with his feet, complete understanding and command of an offense, like he showed the other day. You know, he can make every throw. He's really smart. He's a guy that you just watched him, you know, in high school. He understood his protections. He knew where he was protected, where he wasn't. Just overall, just a great player, real difference maker in high school.
Depending on who you ask, you'll have some people tell you that Saturday's game could come down to the play of Oregon quarterback Anthony Brown. He's a transfer from Boston College and was a little inconsistent, you know, in the opener against Fresno State. But Cristobal said overall he was pretty happy with how his quarterback played.
Yeah, Anthony was solid. You know, his decision-making, both the run game and the pass game, was fairly high. There's probably two in each that he'd like to have back. I thought that when there was pressure in there, when that pocket got compressed, that he found a way to make things happen with his legs. He kept his eyes down the field as well to see if there's a potential opportunity there. Thought his deep ball was spot on. The post ball, you know, of course you'd like a little bit of a better throw, but a Mike came flat out free and he had to scoot by him and get rid of it before the end smashed him. So, and then you look at the bootleg down at the goal line, you know, even though it's a difficult catch, he puts it right on the receiver and for what should be a touchdown, what could be a touchdown. So I thought, man, he, and then at the end of 4th and 2, you put the game in his hands and he comes through with a 32-yard touchdown run. So all in all, just very pleased with him, his progress, the way he attacks it. I want to especially mention his demeanor on the sideline, how he's demanding more of himself and the way that he generates just positivity on the sideline from his linemen, from his wide receivers, just constant juice and energy. He's a real competitor, you know, and he wants to do well. He wants his teammates to do well. And there's nothing, you know, he feels confident where there's nothing that this team can't overcome.
Running back C.J. Verdell put up more than 1,000 yards in both 2018 and 2019, but took a step back last fall. He opened up with 74 yards and a touchdown in the opener and was a big part of the fourth quarter for the Ducks. Cristobal says Verdell will be a key for this weekend's game in Columbus as well.
You know, he's critically important, you know, when you talk about establishing identity. And identity, you want to be physical, you want to be balanced, then you want to score points. And right, the key to making sure you continue to, you know, elevate in this industry is you want to continue to evolve. You want to, if you're on offense, you want to score points. If you're on defense, you want to prevent people from scoring points. So, you know, wrinkles come with that. Schematic changes come with that, you know, coaching changes and adaptations. So we never want to lose our physicality. but we certainly want to be more explosive all the time. We didn't get the explosive plays that we thought we were capable of having in game one, but they're there to be had, and we have to improve upon that. But it starts with basics and fundamentals and techniques and executing. And CJ is a huge part of that because they come in the run game, they come in the pass game, they come sometimes in the form of when he's protecting to get a ball off. So him and Travis, we like to speak of them in the same sentence because, those two together, they've played a lot of football for us. We depended on them in big games and big moments, and they've come through. And certainly I know they'll have a great week of preparation.
The Ducks started fast and then kind of fell off a little bit in the second and third quarters before finishing strong to beat Fresno State last Saturday. One of the issues they had was the offensive line was a little bit inconsistent against the Bulldogs. Cristobal said he knows they need to be better this weekend.
Sure. Well, things I really like, I like the fourth quarter. I like the fact that they just really just played on edge and got downhill in the run game and protected well. Things you'd like to do better. You'd like to keep the pocket cleaner, right? Be a little bit more consistent on some of the stuff, but they played hard. I was pleased with the fact of how we played. Now, technically and fundamentally, we weren't on point all the time, but there were some really bright moments for some guys and other times that we'd like to have those moments back and execute and perform better. So solid in some senses, need improvement in some other ones, and finish strong.
Well, that'll do it for this morning. Hope you enjoyed hearing from Oregon coach Mario Cristobal. If that's the kind of show you like, if you like hearing from the opposing coaches, be happy to do more of those. Just let us know in the comments. Leave us a review that says, hey, I like these shows. Do more of these shows, and we will be happy to do it. We're here for you guys. You tell us what you want, and we will do whatever you want. So that'll do it for today. We'll have much more a little bit later on today with Ryan Day and a whole bunch of Buckeye players and coaches coming up. We'll be doing interviews around noon or so. Those will be streaming live on YouTube, youtube.com/Buckeye Scoop. So what you want to do is you want to subscribe right now. Don't get off this video until you hit the little bell button or hit the little circle Buckeye Scoop icon that pops up at the end of the video. That'll subscribe you to our YouTube channel, and then you get notified as soon as we go live on all those videos, on all those interviews. So you'll get to see Ryan Day, a whole bunch of players and coaches a little later on today talking about the game as well. And then you'll also get notified every time we post a new video, new pregame show, new postgame show, new podcast. All of it's going to be up this week. It's all free on youtube.com/Buckeye Scoop. You just have to subscribe to get notified every time we post a new video. And also, do make sure you check out BuckeyeScoop.com. We have a fantastic team of insiders that's providing a ton of great insider content this week in the lead up to this big game. There is a ton of excitement around Columbus as fans are finally going to be back in the Horseshoe this Saturday. I can't wait. I'm guessing you can't wait either. And one of the best ways to kill the time between now and Saturday is at BuckeyeScoop.com. You'll have a team of insiders. You'll have a fantastic community to keep you entertained and also make that time go just a little bit faster between now and noon on Saturday. That'll do it for today. Thank you guys all for joining us. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.